Oh, Bride, hello. Let me pull over and send. Hold it. Whew, it's cold in here. All right, hold on. Here, share. All right, let's see. Oh man. What a farce. I can't send the link to people. The link to people. I'm on the wrong phone too, funny. Well, it just have to be who gets notified here. They can watch it later, I guess. Well, good evening, everybody. All right, guys, let's hopefully this. All right, guys, let's hopefully this will be better. Hopefully you'll be able to have better signal now. Okay, here we go. Well, y'all text and let me know you can hear me good. Some of these headlights look like angry eyeballs, don't they? This guy riding behind me looks like an angry bird.
In 200 feet, turn right onto Sonia Drive.
Somebody let me know if you can hear me good, if I'm live okay. Am I live? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? My windows are all fogging up. Well, if y'all can't hear me, I guess I'll get off here. I don't know why this hasn't been working. It's sad. You can hear me? Thank you for letting me know. Okay, well then I'll tell you what I was wanting to tell you guys. I learned a few things tonight being on the road. One is this. I picked up these people that worked at Amazon. You ain't gonna believe how much these young kids make. You are not gonna believe. Y'all give me some guesses of what you think they make a day.
GPS signal lost.
I mean a week. How much do you think they make a week? Look at this farce. I have no idea where I'm going.
At the next light, turn right.
Okay. $40 West, that's where I'm going. Oh yeah. How much you think they make at Amazon a week? This is the one in Nashville is the biggest warehouse in the country, if not the world, he said. 3 million square foot warehouse. 3 million. Guess how much these young people make in their young 20s? Might make you sick though. I couldn't believe it. My mouth fell to the floor. I'm like, what?
GPS signal lost.
Yeah, let me see what y'all are guessing. I mean, just take a wild guess. Hey, good question, Miss Susie. I will ask them. I will ask them if they have to be jabbed. I didn't even think about asking it. Good question. Good question. I'm so tired. I'm done. How about this one? $1,500 a week. I said $1,500 a week. Good Lord. And then I said, what was that? They said that they get even more if it's if they do overtime. $1,500 a week. I said, what do you do for that much money? They said, just pack boxes. Just pack boxes. Can you imagine a warehouse? And listen, you ought to see the new buildings they are building. They're building so many more warehouses. I mean, I think it's a sign of, you know, they're doing away with the brick and mortar buildings. It's going to go to this, where Amazon does it all, you know, like shipping everything. And I think, too, that's why Walmart has went to deliveries, because me and Dennis, we live 35 minutes from a Walmart, and they deliver there now. And I love it. I mean, I asked, Dennis told me today he needs some carrots and celery. And I said, I'll get you some groceries tomorrow. You know, we can just order online and have them delivered. But what they do is they actually deliver to a lot of houses. So like they'll deliver maybe 3 or 4 or 5 houses on their way to our house, you know, way out in the country. And if you think about it, I guess it's just the same as shipping. I mean, when you have, like, say you have Prime, like Amazon Prime, or you have like the Walmart Plus, and you get free shipping. So let's say, you know, you order one item, they're going to pay $5, $7, $10 just to ship that one thing. So why not just have it all together and just send it to your house, you know, type of deal. But anyways, you know, I think that's the wave of the future, you know, is having all of your stuff delivered type of deal. That was one thing I learned tonight, was how much they made at Amazon. And listen to this. They only work 4 days a week. They work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day, and then they're off 3 days a week. I mean, like, what a job, man. And then they get off at 6 o'clock at night. He said they go in at 7:30 in the morning, then they're off by 6. And they do that 4 days a week for $1,500. And then I met this other woman. She works in the mental health industry. Can y'all still hear me? She works in the mental health industry, and she does what they call like brain mapping. And she said, like, it's kind of like a cure for depression and anxiety. She said what it is they hook you up to a machine, and it'll tell them exactly what part of your brain has depression or anxiety or whatever. And what they do is they target that area. So what they do is they take a metal thing, not metal, but a magnet, and they put it on your brain. And she showed me it's on the right side of your brain. And this magnet kind of locates the spot, and they rewire the brain, basically. And she said what you do is it costs $250 a day, but if you have insurance will pay for it. And what they do is they have to come in every day for 6 weeks. And they get their brain rewired every day. But by the end of it, they're different people, she said. Like this one guy, he was really abused and stuff, and he was really depressed, and he was about to lose his family and everything. And on his last day, he was a totally different person after going 6 weeks through that brain remapping or whatever. I think it's called TWS or TMS program or something like that. So that's another thing I learned. But I did tell her, I said, this really does make me sad, though. I said, it's really kind of an indictment on the church, because the Bible says, that we're to lay hands on the sick that they shall recover, and now we're trying to get technology to fix the errors of the church. Y'all see what I mean? Like we don't see these tent revivals anymore where, they're having healing revivals and all that for people to come up there or to get demons cast out and stuff like that. But now they, got this kind of technology like the brain mapping and the ibogaine. She goes, ibogaine? She goes, I highly endorse ibogaine. I said, you mean the voodoo drug? And she's like, well, that may be how they use it. She said, but I have been a part of their study or something like that. She goes, I highly recommend it. And then she said, my boyfriend was depressed, and he dealt with a lot of trauma when he was a kid and whatnot, and he took the ibogaine. And she said what they do is they do it under a nurse's care, like you're in a facility when you take it, and then they monitor you the whole time and all this. But she said it's really like an awakening. And she said, I think it depends on, like, if you know God or not, on how your reaction will be. Because she said if you're not right with God, that's probably where you'll have the demon experience. But if you're right with God, then it'll be like a heavenly awakening. And she said, for instance, my boyfriend, had his dead sister came to see him and was telling him how proud she was of him and all this, and basically dealt with the thing that caused him to be so sad in his mind. And I told her, that we researched it and everything, and it's where this demon comes to visit the people that take the pill. Like that certain pill has a demon attached to it type of deal. But anyway, so from her professional point of view, she thinks it really works. She says that it does rewire the brain, and like President Trump said, and then that her boyfriend is a totally different person now. Look at y'all can't see this, but look at the rainbow flashing underneath this car here. Can y'all see? Well, you can see it in front of me. I guess where he has neon lights under there, but are y'all still with me? Or have I lost you? Thank you, sister. So that was just interesting to find out, from a professional's point of view, that she endorses it. She thinks it's great. She thinks it's really going to help people to take that ibogaine. I told her, we researched it and what they do with it in Africa and all this stuff, But anyway. I also learned something today, guys. This is going to shock you. I hope to show this next time I do the news. You know how everybody's against the data centers right now? Like, people are really starting to wake up to how bad it is. Well, now they are putting data centers on people's brand new houses. So what they're doing is they're putting these boxes on there on the side of the house, and they're like mini data centers, and you're not allowed to remove it or touch it or nothing. You have to live with it. And so like all of your community there, all of the data, they all connect. So like this mini data center that's on the side of your house connects with all the rest of them in the neighborhood, and it makes this like mini data center. And I thought, what the world, they are frying them people in there, man. Can you imagine what kind of dome gets put over them people? And then, okay, my next question would be, one of the biggest complaints in the data centers is the humming noise. So do these things on the side of these houses, do they hum? Like, what are you causing these people to, not only the noise level that it may have, but what about the frequencies that you are pulling in there? I don't know. I mean, that would be my hesitancy there. And the fact that you can never get rid of it. You always have to put up with it.
Head toward Tennessee 251 North, then turn right onto Tennessee 251 North, Old Hickory Boulevard.
What? This thing has got me all backwards. Where am I at? Oh my Lord, this would be horrible. if I'm on the wrong interstate. What a farce. You know I should be in the right way. This map is off. What a farce.
In 800 feet, turn left onto the I-40 West ramp to Memphis.
This thing is so... What a farce. This GPS thing is way off. I think I'm on the right interstate though. I'll just have to see. Oh yeah, I loved every passenger I had in here today. It was awesome. I had great conversations with people. But I'm sure ready to be home, let me tell you. Ugh. Well, I talked to one of the but anyway, I guess that's all I wanted to tell you. That's all I can remember about my passengers today. Well, I pray you guys have a good night. I'm going to get off here so I'm ready to go to bed. So talk to you guys later. Oh, well, they said that we're going to have a very busy weekend because we have a rodeo in town. So I'm excited about that, you know. So I will talk to you guys later. God bless.